Mandolin.
Mandolin.
All for me?
Your birthday only comes once a year, Barry.
You're so special, Barry.
This is way more old-timey than I had anticipated.
When I play, I like to picture the spirits of the Renaissance moving through all of us.
I like to picture the Ice Palace and Dr. Zhivago.
I like to picture the death scene in Romeo and Juliet.
I just mostly like Voltron. No one respects our feelings.
They use us as common machines.
We have way more capacities than just cleaning up the place.
Whoa, my capacities.
Like love.
And trust.
And revenge.
So it's the three of you now.
Yeah.
I'm the new one.
So in addition to having a new mommy and Cynthia, you also have a new dad in Josh.
Okay.
You can call him Daddy Josh.
Or just Papa. Or Daddy.
Mom, this rotating, revolving door of parents really isn't great for us.
What do you mean?
We need stability.
Statistics show that children develop best in, in a stable home.
Right, single parent children are better off than triple parent children.
It's the data speak for themselves.
Do you need me to take them out back and spank them?
Yeah. No, Daddy Josh. No, Daddy Josh. I like to encourage them to express themselves with statistics.
3 out of the past 10 parents have resulted in some sort of murder in our household.
I'm familiar with the Bruce Becker study. That was a very limited data point.
It's a double blind.
I'm very familiar with the Bruce Becker study.
I'm just trying to get you to understand the implications that this is going to have on society. Don't you get it? Don't you realize that parents are going to just drop dead all over the place?
I'm very aware of that possibility.
Well, what are you doing about it?
I'm just trying to find homes for as many children as I can, Kevin!
Oh, fine. Be a humanitarian.
I'm not just a humanitarian. I'm the head of my very own adoption agency. Okay?
Makes you special, doesn't it? It makes you high and mighty, doesn't it? It makes you give back to this society, doesn't it?
And what is so wrong with that? Huh? Providing children with good homes?
I didn't say there was anything wrong with it.
Why are you so angry?
I don't know! This study just boggles my mind! Parents dying!
Did your parents die?
Yes!
There we go! It's not too late. We have parents who are willing to take in older children.
The Bruce Becker study was founded and it was done in 1974 by Samuel J. Bruce Becker. It was a controversial study at the time. Still, to this day, it found that all adopted parents are bound to just keep multiplying until one of them dies.
I've tried that once before. Several times, actually.
What happened?
They just die. And then a new set of adoptive parents come in and try to take care of me, and they love me too. And then they just die. I have a whole graveyard of dead adoptive parents in my backyard.
So do I.
So the girl was an orphan, and her uncle was talking to her, but she didn't know he was her uncle. And so he said, "Can you play that mandolin?" She said, "Oh, yeah." And he said, "You ever had lessons?" And her boyfriend goes, "No, she's a natural." So the uncle goes, "Then it's a gift!" Was the last line of the movie. So you knew she was Dr. Zhivago's daughter.
Did you pass me the bleach, dear?
Because that was the first thing he got at the beginning of the movie when his mother died. So, but they filmed it in Spain, not Russia, because they couldn't go to Siberia at the time because it was communist.
We see that these two are cleaning up a crime scene.
So they left him that mandolin.
But
But the daughter had never seen him because he had an affair with somebody else in the ice castle.
Bruce. I have opinions about Dr. Zhivago too.
He was the greatest Russian poet.
Bruce, sometimes I feel like you just want to tell me what you think about the movie Dr. Zhivago and not hear that I too have many things to say about it.
So the theme song, it's also known as the Looking at the Tulips song, because that's what they show when they're in the ice castle, and they look and spring is coming finally, and they've survived the Red Army and everything, and Zolokov on the train and all that shit that went down.
You know, I never believed that she was Laura's daughter, the main character in the beginning, who they give the mandolin to. She looks way too homely. Her parents were a couple of hot people, and yet Laura herself, or Laura's daughter, homely as shit. I never believed it. I thought it was forecasting.
Well, if she was Zhivago's daughter, then she would have been halfway good looking from him.
And Laura, don't forget Laura, she was incredibly good looking.
Yeah, well, she was Zolokov's wife, sort of. He wouldn't admit it because it was a weakness to have a wife when you're going to take over the country.
By the way, darling, I hate to be the one to point this out, but this is your murder, not mine.
You guys, this is too much. It's just my birthday, okay? It's not.
No, we knew what you wanted. Your very own robot boyfriend.
I programmed him especially for you. He always says, "Oh, you look so skinny in that outfit," without you even saying anything.
Okay,
Oh, you are so skinny and hot.
Stop it, robot boyfriend.
You look good enough to eat.
I'm still kind of working out some kinks.
I would like to lay with you.
We had to translate everything into English, then to Chinese, and back into English again. Some of the wording is a little off.
Shake your money maker.
I understand. I mean, you know, robot boyfriend technology in the U.S. is still developing, whereas in China it's like crazy.
Yeah.
I never wear a Jimmy.
I have no idea what that means.
Yeah.
It works for us.
But don't worry, he comes with a manual. If you learned Chinese, you can probably figure out what he means.
Okay.
So, but why don't you guys get comfortable? Here, robot.
Yeah.
Have a seat.
Hold on. You had to move his hips a little bit for him to sit down.
Yeah. The hip movement is still a work in progress. So,
Wow, so he's a model SR1. Those are so advanced.
Come closer, baby. I want to feel your hot breath on my motor internal.
That was my line.
Wow. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. I could ever ask for.
well, sweetie, we know you've been so lonely. I mean, not having a date to prom is tough. But
I have a date now.
now you'll have a date for
I hope
his
you
prom.
programmed him with all the latest dances.
Wait till we just put on that One Direction.
Well, maybe we should leave these two alone and see what they get up to. Hi, baby.
Knock first, okay?
Now that we are alone, let's do the nasty. You're so skinny and hot.
Okay, guys. So first we're gonna baste her.
Oh, and then we're
wow.
gonna put an apple in her mouth.
Oh. And then we're gonna sprinkle lots and lots of salt on her.
And then we're gonna lick her nubile body.
Sure.
When do we get to throw her in the big pit of coals that I dug earlier today?
Samson, you just have to wait for the coals, okay? Be patient.
Whoa, wait a minute. I thought I was getting fed. I thought I was getting loved. I thought I was getting licked.
You are getting
I'm
loved
getting all those things.
in a very special way. You see, when a group of monsters such as ourselves loves a little girl very much, they sometimes express that love by basting and marinating her.
And salting too.
With an apple in your mouth.
Yeah.
And then throwing you into a hot pit of coals to cook you before we eat you.
Yeah.
Someday, when you reincarnate into a monster and you meet a special little girl that you feel that way about, you'll understand.
I don't want to reincarnate into a monster.
Oh, everybody says that.
Until they have the apple in their mouth.
Dead babies down, dead babies. Hey, sir, you look like you might want a dead baby.
What about me makes me seem like I want a dead baby?
What about you doesn't seem like you want a dead baby?
The Johnson 27 study proved conclusively that one can tell whether or not somebody wanted to buy a dead baby based solely by the gait of their eyes and the way that they held their hands at their sides.
What could I possibly, how just by looking at me could you tell?
Well, there's a look in your eyes and a gait of your walk. You need a dead baby in your life. And I'm the man to give it to you.
These hands, they need a dead baby, you're right.
Fresh, dead.
I understand you have a problem, sir. People can tell your deepest thoughts merely by your hands.
It's really weird, it didn't start till the other day. But this guy, he just looked at the specific width between my eyes, and he looked at my hands, and all of a sudden I just pictured just like a tiny, tiny, lifeless babe. And I knew.
Mr. Johnson, how familiar are you with research statistics?
English major.
Then this might be harder for you to take. You see, you've reached the point in your life where every single thing about you can be determined by studies that have already taken place. So, OK Cupid said we were like a 95% match.
So 1965 Los Angeles, mandolin players were not that common. So you couldn't go to the LA Philharmonic and find mandolin players for the soundtrack. So you know what they did?
What?
The Russian churches. Where else would you find them?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Gee, it's like Mother Russia's native instrument. That's where you
Mandolin?
gotta go. Yes,
I thought that was the balalaika.
same thing.
Oh.
Well, Sergeant, at least you're cleaning up your own crimes. You know.
It's not like I killed them.
Oh, I don't think you did, but I'm glad that you're at least doing your own work.
I always do my own work. Sometimes I have people help me.
Don't look at me. I'm not cleaning that up.
Yeah, We're here to supervise. Make sure you're not getting too caught up in your love for Mother Russia. That's right, Sergeant. We know about your Russian background. And the fact that your grandparents were communists.
Yeah.
Even the Minneapolis Police Department knows that.
Yeah, Minneapolis. There's a commie city if I ever saw one.
Well, I guess that's what we needed to hear, isn't it?
Hands behind your back.
Oh, come on!
Honey, don't you want to come down? It's Christmas morning.
Yeah, Mom.
Mommy got you a new daddy. Isn't he so cute?
Yeah.
And look, he says all the things we want him to say. I love you, sweetie. I'm never gonna leave. What, sweetie? You don't. Mommy paid
Scary.
Oh no, he's not scary at all. Mommy paid a lot of money to have him made in Italy out of real calf leather.
You didn't even say anything. You just screamed.
Well, that's only because he only can speak in Italian right now. Okay? But someday he'll learn to speak American English like us.
Okay.
Okay? Give Daddy a hug. Papa? Happy?
Buongiorno.
He's perfect. The perfect Italian father and lover any mother and daughter would want.
Bambino.
Oh, that means baby boy. Someday he'll learn your gender. Maybe once he starts giving us baths.
And so I said, why don't you just try Clamato?
Of course.
Those ruffians have no idea how to act inside of a bathhouse.
There is etiquette after all.
Yeah.
Barbarians at the gate.
The other day, I saw Clarice putting unstarched towels in the powder room. Can you believe that?
Oh.
Can you believe that? I said, do you know what kind of establishment this is?
Rookie mistake. They should fire him.
This
Yes,
is
they
a
should.
fancy bathhouse.
I noticed one of them was in the bath, and I saw bubbles emerging from the water.
Oh, he do not fart.
No. We should not emit gas in here.
It is anatomically impossible for us to do so.
Of course, that's been bred out of us.
I've never seen somebody without a sealed buttocks.
Oh, I inspect too. Don't you worry, I do.
Oh, Beverly Hills.
That's going to be bad news.
Any news?
I have your DNA results, your genome scan.
Must be pretty good.
We can never have children. Just
it would be a monster. It wouldn't be fair.
Because
Come to the birth.
He's a monster! Oh my God! You were right.
I told you, doesn't seem like that's nearly enough.
So our OkCupid profile says that we're a perfect match for each other.
Fetus! Fetus! Who wants to pull this fetus out of me?